You wake up with every intention to get things done, yet somehow the day slips through your fingers. Maybe it's work you keep pushing aside, or tasks you promise you'll handle just after a break. Over time, a quiet frustration builds. Why is it so hard to do things that matter? Most people chalk it up as a personal flaw, but the answer is more complicated and far less condemning than that. When we label ourselves as lazy, we're often missing the deeper mechanics of our behavior. Hidden underneath avoidance is a set of psychological trade-offs. We seek comfort or relief in the short term, unknowingly sacrificing progress in the long run. To actually answer the question, why are you lazy? We need to look beneath the surface. Human behavior is shaped less by raw motivation or willpower than by incentives, often invisible, psychological incentives that nudge us one way or another. When you choose comfort over action, your brain is often weighing the immediate anxiety or discomfort of starting something against the abstract benefits of distant success. This isn't a rational calculation, but an automatic process that runs beneath awareness. What feels like procrastination is frequently self-preservation, the mind choosing what feels safe and certain. And here's a hidden twist: our habits, environments, and even the design of our daily routines all reinforce these small default decisions. Over time, laziness is just the accumulated result of choosing short-term comfort at the expense of long-term satisfaction, often without ever noticing the trade-off is being made. Let's consider the way our minds predict effort and reward. Behavioral science calls this temporal discounting, the tendency to undervalue future gains compared to immediate experience. Imagine being offered $1 now versus $2 tomorrow. Most people take the dollar. This same instinct operates with work, health, or relationships. Whatever feels good right now wins, even if it means a quieter cost appears later. Lazy choices aren't really about laziness. They're about how much harder it is for the brain to emotionally value distant benefits over present relief. Add in the fear of effort, failure, or uncertainty, and the equation tips further toward inaction. This is not about character or capacity. It's about how human incentives are wired, universally, by evolution. Recognizing that so-called laziness is a predictable outcome, not a personal failing, offers a new starting point. If you want to do more of what matters, redesigning your incentives and defaults is more effective than sheer force of will. This means making valuable actions easier and frictionless, breaking tasks into manageable steps, and altering your physical or digital environment to nudge yourself gently toward progress. Replace the question, "How do I get motivated?" with "How can I make this less painful to start?" Over time, these small adjustments accumulate. You slowly teach your mind that not every effort carries an unbearable cost, and momentum, once built, becomes its own gentle incentive. Systems beat motivation every time. True change is rarely noisy or dramatic. Instead, it's the subtle reworking of incentives, the quiet design of better choices, and patience with the slow pace of improvement. If you've labeled yourself as lazy, try reframing it as the logical result of your brain's desire to avoid short-term discomfort. Use this realization not as an excuse to settle, but as permission to experiment with gentler systems, clearer routines, and honest self-compassion. The real measure isn't doing everything, but doing a bit more of what matters, with less self-judgment. Over years, these margins define who we become, not through force, but through understanding. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe and share it with your friends.